Okay, in this video we are going to talk about layouts in Flutter. So without further ado, let's fire up the Android Studio and open my Dasher app which we built earlier. The first thing I would like us to do is to change some settings of the emulator. When it comes to starting up our emulator, there are two options to choose from that facilitate this process. That is quick and cold boot. I personally had been using cold boot for the whole time, but the quick boot is the default option and I'm gonna tell you what it's all about. So the main difference between quick boot and cold boot is that in cold boot, the emulator starts up completely from dead. And in quick boot, the emulator starts up from the last state just before it was closed. Alright, so let's click on Edit. Go to Show Advanced Settings and change the boot option to Quick Boot. The reason I chose the quick boot is because the cold booting can make the loading process much slower. As the name suggests, the quick boot is really fast and you will actually save a lot of time using it. You will understand when to use the cold boot or the quick boot even better when you start working on a lot bigger product applications that can take months to build, but for now, that is during the course, I highly recommend using the quick boot. So let's click on Finish. Go ahead and fire up the emulator. Now let's cut the whole material app from inside the run-up. Paste it here and also comment it out for later use. I'll remove this commented line as it won't be necessary any longer. So now over here I am going to create a stateless widget. I am using the stateless widget so that I can apply the hot reload option on the user interface and keep the code structure proper. By definition, the stateless widget describes a part of the user interface by building a constellation of other widgets that describe the user interface more concretely. In order to create it, I'll need to write class. Don't worry if you don't know what class is. The next video contains a proper explanation of classes and methods. For now, let's just focus on giving it a name, my app, and then writing extends stateless widget. Put the brackets, write override, then type widget build. In brackets, write build context, here it is, and context. Then the widget build function / methods expects a return widget, so let's just return a container. I will explain more about the functions in the next video. There is also a shorter way of creating a stateless widget, so I'm gonna show it right now. Remove all these lines, type STL ESS, click on the option that showed up, you will get a boilerplate and write the class name. You see, it's a lot quicker. Now we need to put the my app inside the run app, and I recommend removing the extra spaces. You can see there are a few other options added here, so ignore them till the next video. Okay, I am going to remove the container. I'm also gonna uncomment this part, cut it, and then paste it after the return statement. You probably noticed that there is an error, so let's remove the comma and put a semicolon right here. Now let's run the application and see what it looks like.